in front of me, and then it gets awkward. It gets awkward. So I'm gonna keep the camera rolling until the awkwardness fades away, hopefully. Anywho, this is my first video. As you can tell by my blank subscription, as you can tell by my subscription channel, my YouTube channel, this is my first video where I sit down and I talk. I usually make singing videos, but I'm trying to switch it up in 2023. Am I talking loud enough? So it turns out I am talking loud enough. I promise. I am extroverted in person, so just let me get used to the camera. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about imposter syndrome as well as balance and the idea of balance in my life, your life, everyone's life. And don't mind my nails, they're chips, okay? But it's because I decided to go on my life and go to the gym and hit all the weights, and so I got chip nails. Like I said, balance. You can't have everything all at once.
I changed positions because my back was hurting and my scoliosis was saying no. Okay, but anyway. So, balance. Take a shot every time I say balance. Actually, don't take a shot. I'm not trying to promote over alcoholic consumption, but take a ginger shot every time I say balance. A holistic drunkenness?
Anywho, so I think there are a bunch of us in our 20s that feel that we are behind in life, that we are not doing enough, that we can always be doing more. Obviously, living in a capitalistic society, that's kind of pushed on us, is that do more, no pain, no gain, play hard, and at the risk of sounding too hippie, as I've been called many times before, I feel that that's kind of a load of bullshit. Mind my French. I think that the idea of striving towards one thing that takes up most of your young adult life to be able to then do in your mid-adult life and kind of dedicate your whole life to that and then just die with it, basically. You're basically marrying your career, you know, unless you're one of those, you know, saucy people that ends up risking, you know, your stability and taking a career dive and change and whirlwind and doing a whole 180 and changing your career. And kudos to you. Do the damn thing. You're awesome. But I think I personally am making this video not only for you watching, but as a reminder to myself as well to chill out. Chill out, okay? And I'm not here to be your mom and tell you what to do, but you clicked on this video for a reason, because of the title, I'm guessing, and I'm telling you, in case you don't give yourself the permission and need someone else to validate you, I'm here to validate you and tell you to relax. You're doing amazing. You are amazing. Your existence in this world and what you give to the people around you and to yourself is amazing. Okay? And I know in the back of your mind you're thinking, oh, well, I could be doing more, but my friend blah blah blah, but my mother said this, but my father, my mama, you're doing amazing. Okay? Okay. On that topic of being amazing, I think sometimes, even though we're being amazing to everyone around us, sometimes we are the ones at the bottom of the totem pole and we don't give ourselves enough of that amazingness, because, you know, you make it go around in a circle and you're at the end of the circle, even though there's no end to a circle, because anywho, I'm not a math person. Anyway, you're at the end of the pole and no drops of water coming down to you, you know? I'm wonderful at metaphors, but you get my drift. Anywho, and I think that's a big disservice, you know, because take me for instance, okay? Don't follow my, you know, do what I say, not what I do. But I spent a long time beating myself up because of limiting beliefs, which is another video that I'm going to be making. Watch out for that one. But your body does a lot for you. And I'm not even talking about the mental aspect yet, but just the physical aspect. Your body is working night and day to keep you alive, for you to survive, for you to live your best life, even though sometimes you don't choose to live your best life because you think that that's irresponsible, or because whatever expectations outside influences have over you in your life. But at the end of the day, your body is always there for you. You know, even when you're being mean to it, even when you're not taking care of it, you're neglecting it, even though you just roll with the punches and hope that they can handle it all, and it does handle it all. So I think the least we can do is set aside time, energy, love, effort, compassion, forgiveness to ourselves and our bodies and our minds for not doing the expectations, the high expectations that we have for ourselves, that most of the time aren't even created from ourselves. They are ideas that have been cemented into us, nailed into us day after day since childhood from other people. So even after all that, your body is doing so much for you. And I think that's amazing. And if you are looking for ways to find balance, then I think this is the video for you, and you should keep watching. Find the hair change. I just came from the gym and my hair wanted to be free. So I have it all written down here, but I'm gonna put it right here. If future Chit can figure out the editing, fingers crossed. Basically, I'm gonna break it down into 3 parts, because if not, my scatterbrain will have you here for hours for balance. But before I get into the 3-part section of balance, I wanted to dig into a little sprinkle of imposter syndrome. So imposter syndrome, I don't think I have ever met a person that was, as you would say, successful. Like, you would see them and be like, wow, what are they doing? Like, I want to be around them. I want to be around their energy. I love what they're doing. They inspire me. I aspire to be like them. I've never met someone like that is actually, when you get to know them, has all their life together and they just know all the answers. Never. I've never met someone like that. Are they awesome at faking it? Yes. Are they at a point where they faked it so much that their actual mindset changed and now it's their reality? Most of the time, also yes. Which is why it kind of overlaps. So you're like, well, did they just naturally go out of the womb like that, or did they work at it? And I think it's a little bit of both. For like imposter syndrome, you feel it. Like, you feel it when you're like, right now I'm feeling it. Like, I'm talking about this, about imposter syndrome, when I feel it. And I still feel like an imposter for talking about imposter syndrome while still having it. Isn't that crazy? That's like triple inception. Anyway. But the point is that you do it anyway. You do it anyway because deep down, even though you have that imposter syndrome that I'm pretty sure was instilled by outside influences and society and socialization with people, I feel like the people that do choose to act anyway with the fear, you have to be a little bit delusional. Has anyone seen those interviews with celebrities or people that society deems successful, and they're like, yeah, and they all seem to be like a little bit just about themselves, and people are like, oh, they're so arrogant, or oh, they're so full of themselves, or oh wow, look at the way she talks about herself, and it's, or himself, or themselves. And to be honest, I kind of have that. I'm calling myself out, I know. But even though a part of me is like, oh my god, what are you doing? Do not say that. What are you doing? But the other part of me is like, no, but I really do feel that way. Like, I feel like, why not me? Why? I feel like when you are feeling imposter syndrome, ask yourself, why not me? Out of everyone here, why am I not qualified? What has happened in my past? And I feel like you really should go into that, like, dissect your past. It doesn't matter how far, you have to go from when you were 4, if you can remember to that far. Go back to your past and dissect why, thinking that you could be the person for whatever you're imagining. And when you say, oh, that couldn't be me, but why? What? No, like who would want to hear from me? Who cares about me? Like, who cares what I have to say? Think about that. Like, why not you? Why are your words, why are your actions, why are your thoughts not enough? Who said that to you? Or what happened in your life to make you think that? And not trying to put a plug, this is not my book, but I'm a major bookworm, which you wouldn't know because this is my first video. But I'm a major bookworm, and so in case you want to dive deep, I'm still reading it, so I can't tell you that this is the best book ever, but I think it's pretty thorough so far of what I've read. And I like that it comes with a workbook because I'm a nerd and I love homework for books. So this is the book. I'm gonna zoom in right here. It's by Robert Jackman. I can't read backwards. And it comes with the workbook. Anyway, yeah, so if you want to really dive deep into going all the way back to the diaper age, think about that. Think about why whatever you're pursuing, you feel that you're not up to par to meet it. That's something to think about. And I feel like you can still do it even if you haven't dissected your past, but dissecting your past will really help unroot it and get to that point of not needing to have to fake it anymore because your mindset has changed. And if that's too painful at the moment because maybe you had a really strong upbringing, maybe you don't want to deal with certain things, and you know, I completely respect that. I'm not here to force anyone to dive deep into traumatic memories or experiences if that's not the journey that you want to take right now. And if you just want to take it easy, don't have to look into the root of it. Just start practicing the, yes, I'm feeling this way, but just because I feel this way does not mean that my actions have to correlate with what I'm feeling. Because what I'm feeling is not who I am. It's just a feeling. And I feel like, I'm sorry, okay. I feel like observing your feelings in an objective manner is a great way of not letting it overstimulate you, not letting it dominate you, and kind of basically choosing what actions and thoughts you do next. So just think, like for me, I'm a singer. So if I think, oh my God, I'm scared to go up and sing. I'm scared of people seeing me. I'm scared of being seen. I'm scared of being seen and it not being tolerated, it not being accepted. I'm scared of being seen and not being accepted. Then I'm still going to do it anyway. Why? Because I love to sing. If all these people weren't here, I would be singing. The only reason why I'm stopping myself from doing what I love, from being who I am, which is a singer, I sing for everything. Girl, I even sneeze and I sing. Like I'll yawn and I'll be like, oh! Like for real, I love to sing. And if I stop singing just because there's people around, I'm dictating my life based off outside people, and that's just not, my life is gonna be like this if I let people or the environment around me dictate how I feel, right? Like I feel like that's just a simpler way of living. It's just do what you're gonna do, okay? Like if you were gonna do something, and you're like, damn, I would have done it if no one was around, do it anyway. Do it anyway, especially if you know that you're probably never going to see these people again. Probably. You're never going to see them again. So you stopped your happiness from a person that knows nothing about you and you know nothing about them, and you care so much. You care so much. And I'm going to go deeper into that in another video because this will be a really long video if I go into it right now. But just think about that. If you don't want to go into, you know, dissecting or like therapy or things right now and that's too much for you, just do it with the fear. Like Nike says, just do it. Just do it with the fear. And that's a plug for my podcast, which is called Fear is the Answer, where I will be talking about that topic amongst other things in depth because I am a talker. Yeah. So anyway, that's my little 2 cents about imposter syndrome, but I'm not gonna get too into it because we gotta talk about balance now. Hey, and I got my little book because if not, I will get distracted and I'll start talking about like hair care, you know, because with my brain, I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, but I don't know because I've never been tested for it because you know how it is being a first-gen kid. If you are a first-gen kid, I'm not assuming that you are, but if you are, then you know how it is. That's not a thing here, even though it is here in this channel. It is a thing, so maybe I'll talk about it. I don't know. You can comment down below if you want me to talk about it. But yeah, see, I'm getting distracted again. Balance. So balance. Damn. How many ginger shots have you taken at this point? 3 parts. So the 3 parts are: be intuitive with your mind and body. Cut off people-pleasing tendencies. And I know that's gonna be irking a lot of people, but just bear with me. And follow a routine or not. Okay, so going into number 1, which is be intuitive with your mind and body. So a lot of us are desensitized in this generation, and I'm not gonna become a baby boomer all of a sudden and be like, this generation, but I feel, and I don't know how anyone else grew up, but I grew up being in a lot of solitude. So I'm an only child, which meant that I had a lot of time with myself. And I've always been someone that has never had an issue of being with myself. And I know that there are some people that do have issues with this, and they say, well, you know, I don't know my intuition. I have no intuition. I don't know what you're talking about. And everyone has intuition. Some people just have to work a little harder at building it, like a muscle. So, and even me, sometimes my intuition can get wonky. Sometimes I let other people's doubts or suggestions override my intuition just because I begin to put other people on a pedestal versus my own truth and my own knowing of myself and my needs and wants. And that's also something you can build. So some of the things that I think are good for building intuition in case you are having trouble with that is in the morning time. If you have the means to set aside 30 minutes to an hour, or even longer if you can, of having no technology, no phone, no outside influences, maybe a little music here and there, if your body's telling you that. And if it is telling you that, then bingo, you're already one step a little closer, because that means your intuition is speaking up to you and you're hearing it. You're hearing the call and you're like, hello, you know. So I would say 30 minutes to an hour of phone-free and non-interruption morning is amazing. You know, if you have to put that do not disturb at the beginning just to not be tempted, because I know some of you are a little bit of addicts. Okay, you're addicts. I'm not trying to call you out, but you know, if you feel like that's something you gotta work on, good for you. And I'm not saying I do this every morning. And you know, if you start getting better with your intuition, you don't have to do it every morning. It's awesome. I feel amazing when I do it. You know, I don't know why I don't do it every morning, but I feel amazing when I do it. And just take time to really like be with yourself. And if it's too much to just sit there and be with yourself, then do like active meditation, which basically means like do other things while you are with yourself. So if you want to put relaxing tunes and stare at nature, look at, you know what I do? I go out in the mornings and in the summertime, like when it's warm, not in the winter. Well, sometimes if I'm really desperate and I'm getting that seasonal depression, but I digress. So I go outside and I look at nature, and when there's a little wind chimes and I'm like, and I start wanting to sing Disney tunes because I love Disney tunes. I grew up with Disney. And so I start singing Colors of the Wind, and that just fills me up inside. And my intuition tells me, like, if I'm singing Disney tunes, oh my God, I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling appreciative. I'm feeling happy for the day. I'm feeling filled, you know? Then that's great. And if sometimes I need to put Disney tunes because I'm feeling the opposite and I want to get to that feeling because I already know what that feeling feels like, I remember it in my head because it happened maybe a week ago, then I'm already what's the word? Reoccurring back. Or is that the word? I'm going back to those things that I remember last brought me joy. And I think it's easier to find those little moments in the morning time when you don't have your phone as a distraction. And I say morning time just because I feel like it kind of sets the precedent for the rest of the day, right? So if you were to do this in the afternoon, you're already getting ready for bed and you already had a whole day and you didn't kind of have that time to decompress, right? Versus if you do it from the morning time, you can have a solid foundation to build upon and have a great outcome to your day. And it's not going to always happen. It's not like, don't come for me and be like, I did it and I had a horrible day, Sharik, you know, unsubscribe. Oh, by the way, subscribe, like, and comment if you like this video so far. Thank you. So, but anyway, I digress again. I digress a lot. Please don't hold me to that. Don't hate me. Or hate me. Oh well. But anyway. So, what was I getting onto? Oh, right. Go outside. If you want, you go cook, bake, stretch, yoga, talk to your dog, walk your dog, have a nature walk, you know, read. That's what I do. I love reading. Sing, dance, practice a skit, you know, make up jokes if you're into that. I don't know, do something. Do something if you can't be with yourself in the beginning. The whole point is to start with the active meditation and check in with yourself, and then slowly segue into just being able to sit down and like ask yourself, hey, how am I feeling? Be able to scan your body and be like, oh, I'm feeling tension in my shoulder. Oh, okay. So that means I gotta go and do a little stretch. That's what my body needs for today. Balance is gonna look different every single day because your body is always fluctuating. Especially like, I don't know if you're a he, if you're a they, whoever you choose or whatever you choose to present as, identify as, everyone's welcome here. But me personally, as a woman, I feel like my hormones fluctuate every single day, and science actually backs that up. So every day is gonna feel different if you have fluctuating hormones. So it's okay to feel different every single day. And these tips that I'm giving you are just to supplement. You know, they're not the end all be all. Don't beat yourself up if you end up looking at your emails. You know, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying these are little tips and bits because you clicked on this video. But anyway, so yeah, so start with active meditation if it's too hard for you, and then slowly segue into just being able to sit with yourself and be able to do a little quick 10-15 minute check-in. Hey body, what do you need? And my body's like, oh, I'm feeling good, let's do a run, let's do a hike, let's do something. Or, oh, I'm feeling achy, okay, let me take some tea, or let me do this. Oh man, I really want to do this before my work day starts. I want to take some raspberry tea and do a little stretch because my sciatica is hurting. That was too personal. Anyway. And number 2 for being intuitive with your mind and body, and this one I'm still working on because, well, I'm gonna go into my life story. That's a whole other video, but you have to be able to trust yourself, which kind of segues into people-pleasing tendencies, which I will get into real quick. But you have to trust yourself. You have to trust the signals that your mind and body are giving you. And sometimes your mind and body are disconnected from themselves. And it's a whole process to try to kind of get them together to be fully aligned. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. And that can be hard. Some people, if you trust yourself naturally and you just had a whole stable life your whole life, kudos to you. Good job. But if you didn't, like me, it's work, but it's very rewarding, gratifying work. I see myself slowly getting to the point of trusting myself that actually makes me feel like I'm a friend to myself. Like, and that's one of the things that I think makes it worth it to me in all this, because everyone's like, not everyone, but some people are like, what are you doing? Like, why are you wasting your time with that? Like, there's better things to be doing. You don't have the luxury of what's mental health, what's meditation, what's all this. We don't got the luxury for that. But it makes it all worth it to me when I start seeing the progress of seeing myself as a friend. Like, I really like myself. Like, I think I'm funny, even though people don't. And I'm actually okay with that. Like, you know how some people are like, oh, well, like, and they get all in their feelings, which you're completely valid. If someone is disrespectful and you're in your feelings, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, if someone comments down right now and say like, oh, you're not funny, I'll be like, okay, thank you. I think I'm funny, but that's okay. You don't gotta think I'm funny. Like, you know? And I think getting to that point is amazing. So I just wanted to put that little disclaimer before we get into it. This video is gonna be so long. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to be as organized as possible. But anyway, I'm reading from this. Trying. Follow through. You want to build trust with yourself? Follow through. And if you clicked on this video, I'm about to get a little tough love with you. If you clicked on this video, you already know what you're missing. You already know what you're missing from your mindset. You already know what you're missing from your life. You know what you got to do to get to that point of not feeling satisfied with maybe yourself or how your life is right now, your situation, the people around you, whatever it is, you know. So don't play. Don't act like, oh, well, I don't know. Like, you know. That's why you clicked on this video. That's why not only did you click on my video, but you clicked on 5, 6, 7, 10 other videos, and all month and all year you've been watching these videos saying, oh my god, like, I feel so good when I watch these videos, and then afterwards I finish the video and I go back to doing the same exact thing that I was doing before the video that made me feel shitty. Don't do it. Mira, look at me. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Follow through.
And I'm saying this to myself too. I'm getting better at it. But I'm just saying this to myself too. And to you. Follow through. That's how you build trust with yourself. It is really not that complicated to build a relationship with yourself, okay? Follow through. You want to build intuition so that you can have balance in your life and know what your body needs, but your body doesn't even trust you to follow through for it. You don't trust yourself because you don't keep up with the promises that you tell yourself you're going to do for yourself. You keep up with promises for your girlfriend, for your boyfriend, for whoever your partner, for for your mom, your dad, your brothers, your cousins, your neighbor down the street, the owner at the laundromat. You keep promises for strangers you never met in your life, but you don't keep promises for yourself. And I'm saying this because I was guilty of that. I was making promises for everyone except myself. And then I think, oh my God, I'm doing all these good things, and yet I feel shitty. That's my puppy. Don't mind her. She's a little chum chum, and she's always hungry, even though we feed her, and she's like tiny, so we can't feed her that much. But anyway, I digress. If you hear whining, that's my little wiener dog. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, follow through. Okay, if you say to yourself, hey, I wanna eat healthier today or this week, so I'm gonna go to the grocery store this afternoon and I'm gonna meal prep. If you tell yourself in the morning that you're gonna do that, and then you come home and you don't do it, and instead you eat a tub of ice cream and Cheetos and fall asleep on the couch with Cheeto stains all over your face, and you wake up the next morning and you didn't do it, you're signaling to your brain that you're not worth the effort. You're signaling to your brain that you can continue to lie to yourself, be in denial, and still want your body to talk to you, even though every time it tells you something, you say, okay, yeah, we're gonna do that, and then you don't do it. Like, tell me something. Like, if you were dating someone, or you had a friend that did that, like, you know, you were like, hey, like, I'm gonna be going and I need you to bring me a bag of Starburst because whatever, but you just really need the Starburst for whatever activity you're doing, and you're really depending on them to do this because, you know, you asked them, they asked you, hey, how can I support you this week? And then they don't come through. How are you gonna feel about that person? Are you gonna continue to ask them to do things for you? Are you going to continue to trust that they will be there for you, that they're a reliable source to depend on? Are they going to be dependable on your list? Are they going to be on your let's depend on these people list? No, they're not. They're not. And that's all fine and dandy when it's an outside person. But how do you continue to live a healthy, mutualistic, symbiotic relationship with yourself when yourself doesn't trust you? Like, have you seen that meme with the 3 Spider-Men and they're all pointing guns at each other? That's literally what's happening right now. And yet you want to be like you want to be your dream person, your dream life. You want to do all this, and you are literally like in war with yourself because you can't follow through. And if you're asking, oh, but how do I follow through? But you're not going to like what I say. And trust me, I just started implementing this year, or a little bit more, like maybe like 7-8 months. There is no secret, no tips, no tricks. It's literally just do it. Just do it. And that's on discipline. Self-love, you want to be a self-love person, you want to be in the self-love movement. Oh yes, you want to put all the nice creams and Korean skincare, and trust me, I love my Korean skincare. Oh, I can't talk. You want to be in that, and you want to do the self-love affirmations, and these are all supplemental great things. And sometimes not even supplemental, sometimes they're just a part. I don't want to minimize these things, but following through is the most important, impactful, and respectful thing that you can do for yourself. And that ties into self-esteem, which is going to be a whole other video. But self-esteem is just when you what's the word? When you get down to the root of self-esteem, it's self-respect. And your actions show if you respect yourself. So really reflect and ask yourself, do you respect yourself? And do the actions and thoughts that you do towards yourself, do they reflect the respect that you want for yourself? And if they don't, change accordingly. And there's no like, oh, well, just do it. If you say you're going to go to the gym after work or before work or whatever on a day off, then go to the gym. That it's really that simple. It's like, get up, put your clothes, and you can do little tips and tricks like putting your clothes out beforehand, making your breakfast beforehand. Like, obviously there's tips and tricks. When I say there's no tips and tricks, I don't mean it like there's no tips and tricks to getting to that. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, it's literally getting in the car and going to the gym and working out. There is no tips and tricks to get you to that. You have to just do it. You have to just do it. And every time you do it, your brain is going to trust you a little bit more. It's going to respect you a little bit more. The way it sees you is going to change. And you are your brain. So you're going to start to see yourself differently. I don't know if I'm explaining that or that's a little too like trippy for you. Like, we're not in the Matrix, but we kind of are. We are. But anyway, you need to just follow through. And it's as simple as that. Like, I can come here and be like, oh, 5 tricks, blah, 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 blah. But no, I'm not going to clickbait you. You need to follow through and you need to do it. You need to just do it. Okay? And not only that, when you follow through, the character building that you're creating for yourself is going to make you feel like a badass. Like, you know how, I don't know if you read books, but if you read a book or you watch a TV show or movie and you see the character in the beginning and they're like having all these flaws and you like them because they're cute and stuff and they're quirky and they're relatable, right? But then they have that character arc and they become a whole badass. And now you have all that cute stuff, but also you're held accountable, you're responsible, you're taking charge, you have confidence, you say what you say you're gonna do. That's hot. That's hot behavior. And I'm not saying that like hot, like don't just do it because, oh, I'm gonna be hot. No. Like, that's self-respect. Like, like I don't even know how to explain it. Like, treat yourself the way you want other people to treat you. You want people to treat you with respect, and they probably won't because you can't force people. And that's another video of detachment. But anyway, so many videos. But if no one else respects you, at least you have yourself, because guess what? You're going to live with yourself for the rest of your life. No one else is going to be more of a constant than yourself. You wake up to this space, you go to sleep to this space, you were birthed with this space, and you're going to die with this space, okay? So you need to learn to have a beautiful, or not beautiful, but at least a healthy and symbiotic, mutualistic, symbiotic relationship with yourself before you can even begin to start talking about outside things, or external relationships. I'm not saying that like, oh, no one can love you if you don't love yourself. That's not even what I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about love. I'm just talking about respect. And respect will obviously lead to love, but there's little layers. Like, you know, it's not just, you don't just wake up like, I hate myself, and then you wake up another day and you love yourself. It's a process. And as long as you're working every day, a little baby step towards that process, that's all that matters, you know? But I'm not even going to get deeper into that because it's going to become a whole hour video. And so I'm still on number 1. Okay, number 2, cut off people pleasing. And that segues into follow through. Okay, because the way that I'm going to tell you how this has helped me. Like, these little tips I'm going to give you are going to help you with cutting off people pleasing tendencies. Okay, so as I said, I'm a first-gen kid, and so you grow up feeling like any negative feelings are disrespectful, or making other people uncomfortable, or communicating feelings that are not positive to other people will make them feel uncomfortable. And if you make other people feel uncomfortable, then you're the problem. So I had to unroot that belief, and it was a very deep root. Very deep, very deep. But I feel like I could say, learn how to say no. put boundaries. And there's a bunch of books and resources that are amazing for this, like Nidra Twab. I think I'm saying her name right. Oh, I hope I am. I'm pretty sure it's Nidra, and Twab I'm not 100% sure. But there are so many free resources on social media, books that are not free, obviously, but I'm talking about social media is free. And there's books and therapy, and I can go into a whole video about no and boundaries and things like that. And I still have my how should I say, my moments of pause where I'm like, how can I say no in the most diplomatic way possible? Because I still have that in my brain where I don't want to hurt people's feelings. And I have to think to myself, well, when someone told me no, like let's say I invite my friend out, I'm like, hey, let's go get some coffee. And then she's like, oh, hey, I wish I could, but I gotta study for my final exam. Or hey, I wish I could, but I gotta go to work. Or hey, whatever. Have I ever felt offended? Like I might be like, oh man, okay, well next time, let's do it for this time. But I bounce back real quick. It's never been like a whole life dilemma where I'm like sitting here pondering my life of why this person said no to me. So why in my head when I say no, do I feel like that person is going to die because I told them no? Like either I'm really full of myself or I give that person too little credit, because it's most of the time, unless it's like a really deep commitment, like, hey, will you be my best man at my wedding? Okay, but unless it's something like that, it's never that deep. Okay, but we put in our heads because other people put in our heads that it is that deep, and it's not that deep. And if they do make it that deep, it's because they got their own problems and their own issues. But that's a different video. So getting to that, I feel like it's easier to say no and boundaries to people when number 2 of cut off people pleasing tendencies. Tip number 2 is form a relationship with yourself. And I feel like I've said this like 2 or 3 times throughout this video, but I'm gonna keep putting it again. Form a relationship with yourself. Okay? When you start seeing yourself as a friend, like you start seeing things real differently. Like let's say a friend of mine is like running around everywhere because she got a bunch of commitments, prior engagements, and you see her just getting burnt out. She don't even got time to make a 1-minute instant oatmeal for breakfast, you know. She's making it and she's eating it while she's running out the door, and because she says yes to everyone. She says yes to everyone and anyone. And you're like, girl, what's wrong? Like, do you need help? Like, say no. Why don't you say no? And you tell them, like, why don't you say no? Like, you're burning out, right? That's what you would say. So why don't we say that to ourselves? Why don't we say that to ourselves? Why don't we say that for our body that keeps us alive every single day and gives us the energy to do all the things that we need to do? Why don't we say that for ourselves? And I know that's a very simplistic idea, but I feel like it's really that simple. It's like when I formed a relationship with myself, it made it a lot easier for me to say no to things that I knew wouldn't fulfill me or nourish me, or even if it doesn't nourish me, because like I just don't have it in me to do it, and I'm not going to force myself to get to a point of wreckage to do that. I'm just not, because then afterwards I might start building resentment towards you, first of all. And second of all, it may take me forever to recuperate whatever I gave, and then I'll be missing out on a bunch of other things that I did want to do. So basically what I'm saying is, when you start seeing yourself as an objective outside person, or not outside, because that's too complicated, because you are you. But when you start seeing yourself as someone that you want to take care of, that you care about, and you care about what's going on with them, and you know what's going to happen to them, you start saying, no, I can't do that. I'm so sorry, but I can do this. I can't support you in that way, but I'm able to offer this. And based off what they tell you, you move accordingly. But you don't continue to just accept whatever is thrown at you. You analyze how it's going to work out for you. because you care about how things work out for you. Just like you would care about a friend. And to form a relationship, there's multiple ways you can do this. Like following through. That one is the biggest one. That's the biggest one. If you get anything out of this video, it's follow through. And I'm zooming in so you get really uncomfortable and we make eye contact. Follow through. Anywho, I'm giving you your space now. I had to get a little weird. Anyway. And I say this number one. Trust yourself, right? For balance, because I am someone, personally me, I don't know about you guys, but I'm someone that had a really, and still have a really big problem emotionally regulating my, well, I kind of just said it, regulating my emotions. And this is a problem because I've had tendencies of anxious attachment style. If you don't know about attachment style, read the book Attached. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. It's literally all over self-help TikTok and self-help Instagram, and it's a really popular book. And yeah, just read it. But anyway, and if you don't want to read the whole thing, then you can also read articles on it on Google if you're not a reader, or watch videos. Maybe I'll make a video. But anyway, so you want to trust yourself, not only because it helps, you know, cement a relationship with yourself, but also, I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes you get backlash. Sometimes you say no and boundaries, and you do get backlash. And it really is that deep for some people. And no matter how much you want to, you can't. And that's kind of like, your answer is not going to change. And then there's backlash. Some people don't like that. Some people don't like the word no. So you have to be able to be in a solid foundation to not crack and not be like, okay, I'm just going to go to whatever whim they want to because I don't want confrontations, because I don't want problems, because I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to feel this anxiety. I don't want to feel this negative feelings, whatever is this guilt or anger or sadness or whatever is showing up. You don't want to feel it, right? Because we don't feel feelings. Not in this channel. We do feel our feelings, okay? But anyway, you have to also build that trust to be sure of yourself and know that you're saying no for a good reason, because you know you can't. Because if someone backlashes, it's really tempting to just kind of swallow your words and like go back on what you said to yourself that you were going to do to please that person. Because why? People pleasing tendencies. Anywho, yeah, so that's also another reason why it's really important to follow through and build that trust muscle. That trust muscle, you want to build it because to cement the relationship and to be able to deal with backlash from people that don't want to respect your no's and your boundaries. So that's the second thing. And a little things that you can also do to build a relationship with yourself is to do solo dates. And you can, and this is for anyone with any budget, okay? Because sometimes your girl is like on a strict budget, okay? And we need to be resourceful. But that doesn't mean we don't take ourselves out, okay? Yeah, do solo dates, okay? Go to a park and bring your book, make tea, put it on your little insulated tumbler thingy, and go to the park, okay? And you know, put fashion. If you're a fashion person, then wear your fits, okay? Don't wait for a special occasion. Wear it because you want to. Wear it because every day is a special occasion. You are a celebration. You celebrate yourself every day. The fact that you have another day to live is a celebration, okay? But anyway, I'm getting flustered. Yeah, or go and I started getting to watercoloring, okay? You get on Amazon, it's pretty cheap for like a whole book and some paints, and you can do that every time that you want to go out and you want to paint a bird or the sky, or maybe something that's very simple, because I have no painting skills. But you do it because it's so relaxing. You know those videos with the nice soothing music and the ASMR like voices? It's therapeutic to me. So, or go to a bookstore, you know? I'm making these very personalized because that's what I want to do. You're like, that's not boring, but okay. Or you can go karting if you got the, if you want to like just spend the money like that. I'm just saying, like, you could just go on a hike too. You could go on a hike, people watch, sit on a bench and people watch if you live in a city. Yeah, I'll make a video about solo dating because my brain has stopped working after like 40 minutes of sitting down here and talking. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to edit the shit out of this video. But anyway, so let me not get distracted. Oh, and hobbies, which is kind of going into my watercoloring. But like, I have a bunch of hobbies and they fill me so much. Like, find hobbies that you like, and they don't have to be like, they can be weird. Like, they can be super weird. Like, I love watching mythology videos, okay? Like sarcastic productions on YouTube. I don't know, I think that's what they're called. They have like animations where they do animated storytelling of different mythologies from different cultures, and I love that. I eat that up. I eat it, okay? I love it. I love it. Oh, world history crash course. I used to do that in school, but even now I haven't been in school for like 6 years, and I love that. Okay, I don't know, learn a language, start a sport. Like, I want to learn fencing. Like, that seems bad. Like that seems real cool. Okay, like, or maybe I just have stabbing tendencies. I was a very violent child. But anyway, find things that seem cool, okay? And not just from a financial aspect. Like, of course, I also like doing side hustles, and I also like doing financial privy things. However, find hobbies that you like just because you like them, not even because you're good at them. I'm not good at painting, but I love it, okay? Like, find things that you like things that you enjoy. And if you're having trouble thinking of something, think about as a kid what you like to do. That's how I got into watercolor painting. You know, I loved painting with the fingers, and I stopped doing that because I realized I wasn't good at it. And now I'm in my head like doing this whole inner child healing, and I'm like, why did I stop doing that? Because I wasn't good? Like, it still brought me joy. I liked it. So isn't that so sad that like as a child you enjoy things, and then later on, because it's not deemed worthy in society because you're not good, you let it go? Like, not everything has to be a financial venture or your career or even good. If you want to put trashy art on your house, in your fridge, in your room, do it. Damn, it's your house. Okay, and if it's not your house, well, and you're living with people, those people should care about you and care about your trashy art, because that's what you like, and they should care about the things that you like, okay? In moderation, of course. Yeah, so just do hobbies. Do hobbies that you like. And number 3, which is follow a routine or not. So I say or not because it depends on who you are. If you're like a type A person where you have everything routined down to the very second of breath that you take in the morning when you wake up, and you know what shoe you put on first, you always put on the left because the right one always wakes up a little more sleepy than the other one, whatever. If you're that type of person, then maybe you need to not follow a routine. Maybe your balance is building spontaneity into your routine, okay? And that's kind of, don't build it into a point where it becomes a routine, the spontaneity, but it's just like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna give myself these breaks.
Cupcake. Hey, stop it, Cupcake. Thank you.
I'm sorry, my dog, I promise we're not torturing her. She's really clingy and she wants me to go downstairs. I literally was down there, like, before this video, and I've only been doing this video like 48 minutes. So,
Anywho, so if you're someone like that that has everything planned down to the last T and I and dot, change it up. Change it up. And you're like, well, yeah, I know. That's why I clicked on this video. Okay, I hear you, okay? But it's really like, it's really simple. It's just, if you which kind of goes into intuition, you kind of, I can't tell you what to do because every person is different. If I was to go and tell you this is what you need to do to feel balance in your life, I would be speaking to like one specific person, and I'm pretty sure I'd be speaking to myself. So you have to really build those last two things that I told you, those last two topics, to really get down to this little routine or not. If you're someone that, like, for instance, me, that you have like that right side brain dominant life going on, you know, like the artistic, and you just are all over the place, then maybe you need a little routine. Maybe you need a little routine to get into the flow of things, because I feel like when we're in a flow, and I'm not gonna speak to you, but I feel like, because I'm, you know, I'm artsy. Wow. When I'm artsy, oh no, not when I'm artsy. When I'm in a routine, I feel like, and in a flow, I feel I'm more productive than having just static, like productive and then distracted for like 4 hours and then productive. Like when I'm in a flow and it's more natural and there's not so much pressure, I get more things done. I don't know if that's just me. Like, comment down below if you feel like that, you know? And if you're a type A, comment down below if you feel tempted to routine spontaneity, okay? Because I see you. I see you. You're seen and you're heard, but don't do it because that defeats the purpose. But anyway, and you know what? If you want to, if you're type A and you're feeling the temptation to do that, and you have a strong unit or circle around you, tell them, hey, this year I'm trying to dedicate spontaneity more into my life. So if you guys want to plan stuff, just know that I'm a yes. Don't even ask. Just tell me, like, oh, hey, like, if you have something planned, let me know. Like, don't even assume that I'm not, because I will. Because I'm trying to build it more into my life. And if it's a problem, I'll try to build it into my routine for that week, because I've already kind of built out those blocks of time where I'm going to be free. And during those blocks of time of freedom, anything can happen. Oh, you want to go rent out jet skis? Okay. Oh, you want to go skinny dip in a lake? Okay. Oh, you want to go to the park and, like, you know, do a picnic and, like, make charcuterie boards? Okay. Oh, you want to jump on a plane and, like, go to Bahamas? Okay. Well, I mean, within your means, of course. I'm not telling you to do that. But if you can do that, why not, right? So for you, I would say don't plan the spontaneity, because that defeats the purpose. Just block off free times that you know something will happen. And if you can get your inner circle involved, I think that'll be more fun, because what's more fun than doing something spontaneous with people that you love, right? It's gonna make you wanna do it more, because you have everything around you that you care about. Like, you're building balance in your life with people that you love. Like, there's nothing missing. And if you're like me and you're artsy and you are all over the place, start to build routine, okay? I have a tool that I use that has kept me sane, because I'm the type of person that I'm a jack of all trades, okay? So I do a little bit of everything. I eat a little bit of everything in the buffet line, okay? And so I would say just build a routine. I'm gonna be coming out with that tool very soon for the public. So if you want to get into it, just leave a comment down below, and you can do like a little hammer for a tool. If you want to know what the tool is, I'll make a video about it. Basically, since you don't have that tool, I'm gonna tell you what are things you can do without the tool, which is basically break it down into the month, week, and day, right? So you're gonna have 3 separate pages, and just write down what you want to get accomplished. What are your monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals, right? And then from there, write down the steps, like 3 big steps and 3 minor steps that you want to do. That are going to help you get to that goal. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense. So monthly, weekly, daily, 3 goals, and each goal has 3 big steps, 3 small steps. And then the second one, 3 big steps, 3 small steps, and the third one, 3 big steps, 3 small steps. And I feel like that will also help be more clear and have more of a trajectory towards tracking your progress on what you're doing. I hope that made sense. I'm a visual learner, so that's why I'm like, I need visuals, which is what the tool is gonna do. But that's for another video. So basically write down your goals, and also do your goals, and kind of, since this is a balance focused video, kind of make the goals the goals be kind of, what's the word, diverse. Okay, so don't have them all be focused physical health, or don't have them all focused mental health, unless that's what you want to focus on, and you want every month to be focused on one thing, so that within the whole year it's balanced. But if you want to balance even within the month, which is what I kind of like to do, I don't know, I kind of do, like, so for instance, if I'm gonna have 3 to 6 goals for each monthly, weekly, and and daily, oh my god, English, just make it like, oh, okay, so one of the goals is gonna be for physical health, one of them's gonna be for finance and career, the other one's gonna be for socialization and relationships, and the other one's gonna be for mental health. Oh my god. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing another one. Or you could do hobbies, passion projects, things like that. Whatever you're feeling intuitively, write that down, and that should help you. I hope this all made sense. I feel like this is just a compilation of me ranting and then asking at the end if it made sense to you, as if you could respond back. If you can comment down below if it made sense, that'd be awesome too. Yeah, so this is the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to gain some insight out of my mindless chatter. It wasn't that mindless, okay? I was a little organized. I was organized. Okay. Gold star for effort. But I hope you gained some insight. I hope you feel better about where you are and where you're going. I hope that you are able to implement this knowledge and not just listen to it and then click on the next video and continue down this spiral of feeling productive because you're watching videos but not actually doing what the videos tell you, and not implementing the knowledge into action, because that's what I used to do, and I did it for like a good 3 to 4 or 5 years. This was supposed to be a goodbye and I sound like I'm lecturing you, but anyway, I hope that you take what you learned from here and you implement it into your life. I hope you feel better about yourself and where you are at and where you're going. And I really hope to see you again soon over here, because we love everyone here. And just comment down below what other topics you'd like me to talk about, or if what you felt was missing, or what you liked about this video. Just talk to me. We could be friends and whatever. Okay, anyway, I'm getting all shy now. Let me not. Okay, but yeah, so I hope you had fun. If anything, if you didn't learn anything, I hope at least you had fun. I hope I made you laugh or made you smile. Oh, and last thing, sorry. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. The whole YouTuber spiel. And I have a podcast which is called
Fear is the Answer. Ooh. ominous.
Because, you know, I'm a scary girl. Okay, don't make me into a meme, please. But yeah, so you can hear me talk and ramble over there, and it'll probably be crazier over there because I won't feel as pressured to, you know, like make it short and crisp and ready for YouTube, you know. So I'll be able to wander aimlessly, and you can, you know, walk down the foresty trail of my brain and go through all the branches and poison ivy that I got in there. Anyway, that didn't make it sound enticing at all, like going through poison ivy. But anyway, I promise that it's gonna be fun, and I hope to see you there. So yeah, so thank you for listening to this video and listening to me and watching me. And I hope to see you in the next one. Subscribe. Bye.